folks, well, welcome back to Motoramblings. Roger up ahead, Ben behind him, myself. We're in the Martha Sundquist State Forest. And we are recording again. Back down the same hill we just came up, just to see what it's like going the other way, I guess. Rocky. Alright, Roger. Anything on the MABDR that was this technical? What we did?
No.
I didn't think so.
Well, I mean, the rocky section of Tub Run Road, you know, it was a lot smoother, but very similar.
It wasn't as steep a hill as that, though, was it?
No, I don't guess. But, once again, there's only a couple of sections up in MABDR that are super technical.
Right. Now you said Tub Run is closed. Now Tub Run seems to be like the big deal for the MABDR. Everybody talks about Tub Run.
Yeah, well, it is to be closed. It's today's date, the 12th.
Yes.
What did I see? The 14th of November to the 14th of May.
It's a long time.
They're going to pave it.
I know.
What I read was they're supposed to put in some culverts.
Well, if that's all they do, it'll still be a fun section of riding.
Well, prevent one dum-dum from getting stuck in the mud hole.
Was that even on Tub Run, or was that on Section 3?
That's Tub Run.
Okay. Did you tell Ben about that?
Well, no, I don't usually go out there and tell him I was an idiot. Got stuck in the one mud hole.
One.
How long did it take you to dig yourself out of that one?
Well, it just took me long enough to turn traction control off.
Which is pretty cool. The bike dug itself out pretty well, but he had sunk into that mud pretty deep.
Yeah.
The 520-some pounds or 540 pounds plus 66 pounds of camping gear found the bottom.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got off the bike, thought for sure I was going to have to try to give him a push, but he just cranked on that thing and spun himself out.
We had stopped, and every time I turn this bike off, I have to go back to the menu and turn traction control off.
All the duties on.
So when I went and give it throttle, it just sat there and stumbled and done nothing.
He was following a track of a dirt bike that had passed us.
Yeah.
Wrong choice.
Optimism.
The CRF 300 it's not necessarily needed, but you know that side over there probably be a little bit better.
It has been both times I went through.
Oh, that was a good one. Yep.
Get close here. Get closer. Just a little closer.
Just spit on him.
Gonna have to try harder at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I bet the little CRF blasted right through it anyway. He didn't slow down like you did and let all that weight just sink.
You know, here the bad part was the bottom of it in the middle was solid. Like 6 inches of water solid on the bottom.
I went through it like it was no water at all, no mud, just easy peasy.
I pulled over to the side and I said, "Did you just ride through the middle of that?" He goes, "Yep." You went right through the middle?
Pretty much.
I'm an idiot. That's all.
Yeah, look for the deepest mud and hit it. Kind of like going right around that big puddle we just went by.
That's the path everybody chooses to take.
Alright, Patrick, you need to get a little closer. How's the new suspension working for you?
Really nice.
Yeah, it sounds like, Roger, you might have to do it. Ben and I talked about it a little bit when you were off comms, and yeah, it sounds like you need to do it.
Oh, I know I do. I do it before I bought the motorcycle. That's the disadvantage of weighing 250 pounds.
I wouldn't know. Ooh!
That's it.
I've put on a few pounds since I retired.
I put on a bunch of weight since I've changed it. Going right?
Yes.
Can't remember now.
Yep. Haven't been here yet.
Don't ride the middle, Patrick.
Now you make a little more fun for yourself.
Have to whip that tail around a bit.
Yeah. Hey, I see you.
I swear on parts of Tub Run Road, I seen my tail lights. And we were supposedly going straight.
Yeah. We were on one road, but we could see our own taillights.
So it was near the end of a long day, probably close to, what, 160, 170 miles?
Yeah, because we had done most of section 1 with it.
So I would say 150 plus miles, kind of tired. And you know, okay, give it some more throttle, Roger. This will be smooth, you know, just give it a little more throttle. Of course, one thing you don't want to do is give it more throttle. My line looks like that road we was just on.
Right. We hit some of that deep, heavy-duty gravel at the end of it, and we're like, okay. We're talking to each other like, just go, just do it.
and I slowed down.
Yeah.
And then it got worse.
Yeah, he even said it. He goes, I'm going to slow down and plow, even though I know I shouldn't. But it was good. We rescued a van.
Nice.
Young couple.
What are they doing out there?
Some sort of their own adventure, but I have a feeling they were like, well, we don't need to be here.
Yeah. What did we do?
They were completely sideways across the road at the bottom of the hill when Roger and I got there.
They were trying to turn around and kind of got off the side of the road. They were in front wheel drive, Dodge
And it does have traction control, but it wasn't on. Or it wasn't off.
Well, that traction control has 3 different levels of traction control, so I was trying to get them to turn it off. They didn't even know it had traction control. So once we got them turned around, I showed them where the traction control button was. Of course, there's 3 settings on it, so I don't know if... And then I told them a lie. I told them, oh yeah, you're almost out of this.
We went on.
We're going to continue on now. Good luck.
Yeah, well, and it was funny because we did. We got ahead of them, and at some point, we're like, you know, maybe we shouldn't have told them they were almost out of this.
I was doing it off the memory of when I did it in May, and I thought we 2 in, and I went, oh shit, there's probably 15 more miles of this. 'Cause I did remember the Long Ridge Road area, 3 down. Ooh, you should be fine, Patrick.
No problem.
You don't even have to sit down.
I didn't even have to duck.
Watch the saddlebags.
Yeah, watch the saddlebags.